Never ever give up. My father said it to me for the first time nearly 30 years ago. He gripped his sooty hands around the steering wheel of his beat-up Chevy truck as he watched through the windshield while the wipers battled away the big, white, fluffy snowflakes. You can't ever give up, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts. He spoke the well-chosen words firmly and tight-lipped, while his head nodded to the rhythm of his speech. I don't remember why he was telling me to never give up. The only thing I remember is that after doing so that day, he never stopped giving me the speech. Now I remember these words whenever I do anything challenging. My dad was notorious for giving me those "I'll tell you what" speeches to my 7 siblings and me after hockey, football, basketball games. But those lectures would come many years later. On that particular snowy day, I was only 5 years old, and I hadn't even picked up a sport yet. I hadn't missed a free throw yet. I hadn't watched a fastball go over the plate for the 3rd strike yet. I hadn't only received 98 on a test yet. To be honest, I don't think I ever did anything to warrant the oft-heard, quiet speech in many variations, but that didn't stop him from giving it. Like him, like all kids, I worked my ass off. I was born just to keep up, just to survive, but we still heard it from him. If you give up, someone else will eat the last and only piece of bread. If you give up, you can't win. If you give up, you only have to blame yourself. If you give up, you'll live a life of regrets. Only the strongest, fittest, and ablest survive. Only those who go the distance finish the race. Only those who work for it earn it. Perseverance is everything. It's the only thing. 7 years later, he showed up with a U-Haul truck rigged to pick up outside my apartment in Nebraska. I hung my head down and couldn't bear to look at him. Knowing all the pep talks and lectures he'd given me in that truck, seeing him standing there, I was sure I had let him down. There I stood, almost 9 months pregnant, and the father of my child long gone. I'd called my dad 24 hours earlier to tell him that I had given up. I couldn't do it alone, raising a kid, living thousands of miles away from home. We sat in silence for the nearly 20-hour drive. He didn't say much, but he didn't have to. Without a speech, my father lived the lesson he was trying to teach me for so long. He really didn't ever give up, even on me. And because he didn't give up, I didn't either. Somehow I got through those first few lonely nights with an infant. The long work days, the financial struggles, the heartbreak, the disappointment. Because every day I heard my father's words, over and over. I shook my head to the rhythm of the speech as I rocked my newborn daughter. I will never, ever give up.